Hey, it's Scott Barrett, and welcome back to The Burning Truth. And you know it's a big deal when Matt Burns is on as well, because it's either a premium live event or we're diving into some serious wrestling drama. And tonight, it's Survivor Series WarGames predictions time.
This card is loaded from the tribal WarGames showdown to title matches and potential shocking returns. We're unpacking all the rivalries and surprises that have the WWE universe buzzing. Will Roman Reigns prove he's still the head of the table, or does Solo Sikoa take the throne of the new tribal chief? Can Damian Priest dethrone Gunther, or is the Ring General just too dominant? And additionally, what chaos will unfold in the women's WarGames match?
Well, that's just it. So grab your snacks, smash that like button, and let's get into it. This is The Burning Truth, where we bring the fire every single time, especially when it's Survivor Series. So let's ring the bell and jump in. Or do I say dive in? Let's ring the bell and dive in. Let's ring the bell and jump in. Either way, we're ringing the bell and we're getting in there. So I suppose the first thing to talk about, Matt Burns, is how quickly this card's come together.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's come together really quick. Survivor Series in general this time is, it feels like it's been 2 minutes and we've got a card. We knew the WarGames match was coming, but in terms of United States Championship match, Intercontinental Championship match, World Heavyweight Championship match, we probably knew was coming. But there's probably 2 or 3 matches on this that have come together lastminute.com, right?
Pretty much, because just case an example, because we've got a certain triple threat for the IC Championship, which came, if I'm not mistaken, just from last night.
Yeah, absolutely. Lastminute.com. These have come in. So let's kick on and let's start talking about maybe the first match that's on the card for us. What I want to talk about is LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the United States Championship. So LA Knight defends his title against the returning Shinsuke Nakamura, who's launched a series of brutal attacks on Knight, reigniting a former rivalry, really, because we did have this previously, but this time it's personal. It's for the United States Championship. What do you feel about this one, Matt Burns?
It feels different. There's something different about it. And the reason why it's different is simply because of Shinsuke's demeanor. Just case in point, just look at Shinsuke. The fact is, he is so different now. His look.
Yeah, in his look, obviously the face paint-ish that he's got going on, the hair over his face, the darker outfit. This is obviously a more serious Shinsuke Nakamura that we're looking at. And before we do make any predictions, probably one thing that I want to point out here is LA Knight. He won the championship from Logan Paul. Yeah. Just looking for confirmation there.
Like, no. Wait. I'll do it the right way. Yeah.
Thank you. I was trying to set you up. So he took the title from Logan Paul, right? And he's had a couple of defenses. We've had. Do you want me to start taking a break?
Oh no.
Every time I take a stop in the sentence, you say yeah. So he won it from Logan Paul.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of defenses with Carmelo.
Yeah.
Andrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's stop that now. That's really annoying. But this feels like his first really serious contender, right? This feels like his first real threat to the championship.
I feel as though this is the threat. He's got someone snipping at his heels. He's got somebody who's thirsty for a championship, who is after a championship. And for the megastar, or the megastar, yes, he is. He has been absolutely brilliant. I feel as though Shinsuke could be one of the people who could. He is one of them people who is that much of a serious threat. He has the potential of taking it away.
Yeah, I agree. I can totally see Shinsuke winning this match. However, as we know from previous prediction videos, Matt Burns, I've not done too well so far with this. Full Gear was an absolutely terrible night for my predictions. as was Bad Blood, really.
Yeah.
And so, because I'm not in form, I'm going to go against
It
what
wasn't
I think.
Bad Blood. It was Crown Jewel.
Oh, Crown Jewel, sorry. So I'm going to go against what I would normally do, and I'm going to predict an LA Knight win here. I think he retains the championship. I would love to hear your thoughts.
It's really good. It's really difficult to pick on because LA Knight is a good, still steady pick, and I feel as though as much as I would love to pick the megastar, I feel as though the fact that they brought Shinsuke back and made him into this much of a threat so quickly, and the megastar hasn't had an answer so far. I feel as though Shinsuke is going to take it. I do.
So for this first one, we're split then. We're saying me for LA Knight, you for Shinsuke Nakamura. For those who don't know, actually, I did put it out on TikTok today. If you're not following us, follow us on the TikTok at The Burning Truth 251. Yeah.
251.
Yeah, 251 on the TikTok. But what I did say on there, breaking news for everyone, what I like to do is I like to let everybody know. So if you're watching in the UK, start time for Survivor Series on Saturday night, 11 p.m. So that's not pre-show, that's actual show, 11 p.m. So there you go, 11 p.m. in the UK. First match then. Predictions, Matt Burns, or me for LA Knight, you for Shinsuke Nakamura. Let's move on swiftly. If you're watching us along live, you can leave us your predictions in the chat too, and we'll give you a shout out with your predictions as well if you've got them. So if you've got predictions, whack them in the live chat and we'll talk them through. Second match on the card, Matt Burns. The men's, we have to say men's now, the men's Intercontinental Championship. Currently residing on Raw with one Bron Breakker. And this one, triple threat match that's come together lastminute.com, is defending against Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. Tensions escalated after Kaiser interfered in a match between Breakker and Sheamus, leading to a brawl amongst these three competitors. Is it, Matt Burns, I'm putting the question out there early, is this triple threat a ploy to get the belt off Bron Breakker without having to pin Bron Breakker again?
It could be. It could be, but the question is which way are they going to go?
Yeah, it's difficult, right? So on one hand, you've got Sheamus. It's the only title he hasn't won. Survivor Series seems like a good place to put it on him. Ludwig Kaiser, obviously there's a story there with him currently trying to break out on his own as his own man, if you like, even though he's still affiliated with Gunter, trying to one for the working man, trying to carve his own path, if you like, as a single star and winning championships. And then we've got Bron Breakker. I don't know if I just said it, but like it feels he only just lost the title to Jey Uso and won it back. It would feel very stop-start if we took the championship off Bron Breakker again here. So I really can't call this one, Matt Burns. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Would you like me to go first?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd be more than happy to. More than happy to. For me, I feel as though, as much as it's one of Sheamus's last championships that he hasn't won, I feel as though it's not going to be him. Look, out of the two challenges, I think Ludwig is more likely to get the win over Sheamus, but my actual prediction is going to be a successful defense. I believe it is going to be Bron Breakker defending the championship. Simply because...
I can't say that's a bad call. I think...
It's too soon to take it off him. It's way too soon.
That is 100% where I am. It feels too soon after the Jey Uso flip-flopping to take it back from him. And for that reason, I'm with you. I'm actually also on Bron Breakker retaining for this one.
But I can see a very good showing from Ludwig.
Yeah, agreed. I also think that Sheamus will win the Intercontinental title probably by the end of 2025. And that's almost a little tease for something we've probably got coming in the next few weeks, Matt Burns, because we said we would get on YouTube Live at some point in the next couple of weeks and talk about our big, bold 2025 predictions, didn't we?
That we did.
So we've got that coming. Before we talk about the next match, Matt Burns, I wondered if you would just let me talk about episode 348 of The Burning Truth. So that's our podcast, and it's here. And trust me, it's an absolute banger, this one. And we love our bangers on The Burning Truth. This week, Matt and I broke down the biggest stories in wrestling, and things are getting spicy. So CM Punk teaming with Roman Reigns, Survivor Series WarGames just became the must-see event of the year, and we're analysing every jaw-dropping moment leading up to that showdown. But that's not all. Rhea Ripley made her explosive return this week. Mask-wielding chaos in the women's WarGames build-up. We're diving into what her comeback means for Survivor Series and her stacked team of superstars. Meanwhile, Matt Burns taking the creative reins this week in not our normal rebook segment, but in a pre-book segment. Can he craft the ultimate return feud for Daniel Bryan and Jon Moxley? I mean, it's a battle of heart versus rage, right? You won't want to miss his vision for one of wrestling's greatest stories, potentially. And in our big debate, we were tackling the ultimate question. 12 months of CM Punk back in WWE. Legendary comeback or colossal flop? Matt and I are going head-to-head, and trust me, sparks will fly. So what are you waiting for? If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you're not, make sure you get on your podcast app, anywhere you enjoy podcasts, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and catch episode 348 of The Burning Truth, available now on all platforms and YouTube. Like I said, this one is too good to miss. Matt Burns, shall we move on to our next Survivor Series match?
Oh, definitely. And this I am intrigued with.
I'm really interested in this one. So Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae face off against Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, Io Sky, and Naomi. This clash stems from escalating hostilities and surprise alliances among, probably the 10 top female superstars in the WWE Raw and SmackDown, right? So, again, I'm going to let you go first, Matt Burns. I am really interested on your take on this.
I'm really, it's as much as I'm going to struggle. I feel like I got a bit of a hidden advantage here, because I feel as though something that you told me offline that sort of swayed me this way. If you get what I'm saying, I feel as though something that we discussed might have sealed the deal and made me think, let's go this way. Simply,
well, I'll tell you what then, let me talk about my prediction that I said offline, because that's what you're getting at here. So, so my prediction is, so if you go back to 2002, when the brand split first happened and Shawn Michaels made his return, Shawn Michaels and Triple H were in a feud, and that was based on them nearly coming back together, and then Triple H attacking Shawn Michaels backstage in the parking lot, and then eventually CCTV revealed it to be Triple H who had attacked his friend Shawn Michaels. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to exactly replicate that story, but I think they might do something very, very similar with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. And that's just a theory, right? It's just a theory, but it's currently my theory. And I think eventually we're going to get this Cargill-Bianca huge match. So how's that swayed your thinking for this women's wargame match, Matt Burns?
Because it's more than just a theory. It's a wrestling theory for me straight away. Because it speaks to me. And the fact is, I feel as though that little factor could come back to bite them. Because who knows? It could be footage of Cargill trying to make come down, and to get there to the war games. And the question is like, is she coming in? Everyone's assuming she's coming here to help her friends. No, she's come to extract revenge on the one individual who caused it. And it's none other than Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
And the fact is, I'm leaning more towards Team Liv.
Yeah. WWE's MVP of 2024. Forget what Nick Alder said. You heard it first on the Burning Truth podcast about 6 weeks ago, because that's how I roll.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he even won the debate on that one as well.
Yeah, I think I did. I absolutely smashed it. Because Liv Morgan is the MVP of 2024, right? I think, there's no denying it. But yes, so you think the heels are going to get the victory in this one?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you know what? I would agree, right? But my thinking's been swayed by the men's war game match. And that's why I think the babyfaces win this one. I think Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair and friends, Bailey, Io Sky, Naomi, I think they stand tall at the end of this one. So I'm going to say babyface win.
Okay.
The goodies get it. What about you? Do you reckon Liv?
Team Liv, definitely.
Okay, let's move on then, because we're 3 down and 2 to go. This one is, do you know what, Matt Burns? I hate to say this, but I'm going to. This is the match I'm least looking forward to.
Ooh.
And that goes a long way in showing how good this card is. Considering there's only 5 matches, this is the one I'm least interested in. That just shows the quality, the breadth of storytelling, and the excitement around every match on this card, right?
It does.
So what I'm saying is the fact that I'm least interested in this one isn't a slight on Gunther and Damian Priest. It's just showing you how good the rest of the card is, right? Anyway,
yeah.
Gunther defends his World Heavyweight Championship against Damian Priest, who earned this opportunity by winning a fatal 4-way match on Monday Night Raw a few weeks ago, setting the stage for a high-stakes showdown. And we've had it all in the build-up for this, haven't we? We've had quite a lot. So Gunther seems genuinely scared, might be the wrong word, but he seems genuinely concerned about the possibility of Damian Priest. So what are your thoughts on this one, Matt Burns?
I'd say the terminology is spooked.
Spooked. Spook's a great word.
I'd say he's spooked. It's a bit like the fact of what Damian Priest said. Once you've got the nipping at your heels, you get inside your own head, and you sort of sit there and start having self-doubt, and it's like,
and nobody knows that better than Priest, right?
And it crawls in, and then eventually it, just when you think you're invincible, your own self-doubt makes you crumble.
Is that what he said?
So, no, that's how I feel. It's
all right. Okay. It was very well put, Matt Burns. You sold it to me there. I'm more excited about this match now after just
That's what I mean. And the thing is, the fact is, each time you've had Gunther thinking he's got the best of Priest somehow has managed to fight off, And I think that the one line I thought was really good was when the general got the advantage on Priest was, yeah, you may be the ring general, but compared to a king of the streets.
Yeah, I like that a lot. But I still don't see it happening. So for me, I'm going to go first this time, Matt Burns. And because he's unstoppable, because I expect him to go all the way to WrestleMania, I'm going to say Gunther wins this one and retains.
Are you still in my notes here? Are you still in my notes? You're still in my notes here. As much as Gunther is showing some fear, I feel as though this is giving some breath to Gunther to show, yes, he might not be invincible, but he can rise to it.
Yeah,
he can rise to it.
Yeah, I think they've set this up really well to make him look really strong on the backside of it, if you like.
But at the same time, as much as they are humanizing him, could there be even a Gunther face turn down the road?
Hey, you never know, right? I'm considering whether. So, bear with me here. It's time for big talk. We're zooming in, right? I can see a world where Ludwig Kaiser fails to win the Intercontinental Championship, blames Gunther, and they have a match at the Royal Rumble. Because, and bear with me again here, because at the Royal Rumble, you're going to have a lot of big stars in the Royal Rumble match, right?
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes is probably going to have a second defense against Kevin Owens. Maybe a triple threat with Kevin Owens and Randy Orton is what's percolating in my brain, right?
Oh, yeah.
But what's Gunter doing?
Yeah.
And I think we might see Gunter versus Ludwig Kaiser at the Royal Rumble. Early prediction. If we don't, I'm okay with it. But I just feel like the Royal Rumble is a good event for Kaiser to just get a title shot out of a grudge match, because he wouldn't get one naturally through. He wouldn't naturally get one through, oh, he's winning a number one contenders match, because there are so many wrestlers above him on the card. However, in terms of a grudge match, I can totally see that happening.
I can see it happening as well, especially seeing as Gunter turn around and says, you need to be your own man.
Exactly. And these are the sort of little details in the story, aren't they? If it doesn't happen at the Rumble, it may happen at SummerSlam as a grudge match. But that's where I see it's either really short-term storytelling, like as in it's going to take maybe 3 months, or medium term, or it's long-term and we're not going to get it till next year's SummerSlam. That's what I feel. But I do honestly feel like Gunter absolutely smashes through Damian Priest. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, it'll be a competitive match. But for me, Gunter gets through.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. And with what you've just said, and the weird thing about it is, it's all the one thing that WWE have been doing really, really well lately is the fact that they've been grabbing you with little sly lines, little bits in the background, and everything. You know, just look how ferocious Raw was during a certain tag, between certain members of a certain group. It was absolute fire.
Yeah. And you can say it, Matt. You don't have to say quiet.
No. I'm not. The fact that you got the New Day going back and forth and how heated it was, I feel like shots fired.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got this week's Raw coming, right? The Raw after Survivor Series. We've got the New Day special, right? So I mean, anything can happen. But we're not here to talk about the New Day, are we?
No, we're not.
Mainly about WarGames, and this is the one, right? The original Bloodline faction consisting of Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Sami Zayn, and for one night, CM Punk takes on Solo Sikoa's new Bloodline featuring, or Floodline, fake Bloodline, featuring Solo, Jacob Fatu.
You saw me doing it. You saw it.
Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Bronson Reed, who, if I'm not mistaken, is part Samoan, Matt Burns.
He's half Samoan. Yep. Half Samoan.
Half Aussie. I didn't know that, but I'm sure he's not in the family. But even so, for one night into the Bloodline, just as CM Punk is for the other side. This battle aims to settle the power struggle within the Bloodline and determine the true tribal chief. What do we feel, Matt Burns, about Bloodline versus Floodline?
Well, straight away, where you've got the leader of the Floodline, he's just there saying that, with them being the tribal chief, he can make any Samoan a part of the actual family by his stakes.
Absolutely. And why not?
Of course, because, if you're head of the table, you should have that power. But
Roman put Sammy in, right?
Yeah, he did. Exactly. That's my point. Straight away. But at the same time, we've now got the original Bloodline with CM Punk. And I know where you're going to go already and why. But I'm going to go against you on this one.
Because so far, Matt Burns, just to recap the entire show so far at 23 minutes and 40 seconds, is United States Championship. I went LA Knight, you went Shinsuke Nakamura. Intercontinental Championship triple threat match, we both went Bron Breakker.
Yep.
Women's War Games match, you went Liv Morgan's team, and I went Bianca Belair's team.
Yep.
World Heavyweight Championship match, we both went Gunter. And now next War Game match, you already know that we're going our separate ways here again.
I feel as though we're going to go. I feel as though we're going to go our separate ways.
Go for it. Tell me what you got.
For me, I am going to go with the OG Bloodline.
It's a good shout. Bloodline.
I'm going to go with the OG Bloodline, but there's a reason for it. But I'll let you throw out yours, and then I'll throw out mine.
Okay.
Reason why.
Let me explain what I think then. What I think is Paul Heyman has never had a client that he hasn't turned on. Yeah.
Yep.
That's Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
That's Big Show. That's Kurt Angle, if you like, for a very brief time. That's CM Punk. Eventually, Michael McGillicuddy or Curtis Axel, Cesaro, Ryback, right? He cuts them all loose eventually. And now we've got Brock Lesnar again, twice Brock Lesnar. Yeah. Now we're talking CM Punk and Roman Reigns have trusted him. And that's the problem. He's going to side with Solo Sikoa on Saturday night. He's going to side with the new bloodline.
I have a feeling I know why you're doing this. Why you thought this.
Paul Heyman's loyalties do not lie to Roman Reigns. They never have. He goes back a long, long time with the Anoa'i family, right? His loyalties lie with the family. And if he believes that Solo is the true tribal chief, so be it. That's who he goes with. That's what I think happens. Paul Heyman sides with Solo Sikoa, sides with the Floodline, and they get the win, probably with a really intense Jacob Fatu 3-move combo followed by the thumb to the neck from Solo Sikoa. And hopefully they get Roman Reigns.
Okay. I thought you were going to hint at the fact that Heyman was wearing a similar shirt, and
there is that part of it. Isn't it? He was wearing basically Solo's outfit. He had the black suit on, but with the red T-shirt, which looked weird for Paul Heyman. The reason it looked so weird is because Paul Heyman never wears a T-shirt under a suit jacket. So yeah, with the the red T-shirt, the same as Solo, and then the red pocket square as well. But that is obviously a tease, but I think it's happening anyway. I think, it turns on Roman Reigns.
I think that's a red herring.
Oh.
I do. And I am expecting him to side with Roman for the match. But I am not saying he's going to stay loyal to Roman Reigns, because bear in mind, as you said, he is really close with that family, isn't he?
Absolutely.
And he is head of the table.
Who is?
Isn't, Roman? He'll be head of the table.
Yeah, tribal chief.
But if I'm not mistaken, isn't there a high chief as well?
Ah, okay. So you think we're gonna start cooking?
Oh yeah, I do. I feel as though The Rock is going to be making his presence known.
Yeah.
And making it clear. And from the get-go, I feel as though he's going to come down. It's going to look like he's about to acknowledge Roman as the head of the table, the tribal chief, just to cheap shot him and sort of just sit there and say, "You tribal chief, after you let the family down from WrestleMania, how dare you?"
So what you're telling me, Matt Burns, is that you agree with me that Paul Heyman is going to turn on Roman.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But you think it's going to happen after the match and he'll side with The Rock, as opposed to I think it'll happen within the match and he'll side with Solo.
Yeah,
definitely. So we're basically two sides of the same coin here, aren't we?
Two sides of the same coin, but with a different twist.
Yeah, totally different outcome. And I think that's what's so exciting about this Bloodline story, but also this Survivor Series. It's come around really quick, but actually it's really exciting. And I think everyone can feel it, right? The fact that it wasn't predictable and it was CM Punk that's during the Bloodline rather than Seth freaking Rollins.
Yep.
Is huge, right? It's huge. It's made the match 10 times bigger. Say what you want about CM Punk, and we talked about him on the podcast this week, didn't we? 12 months of Punk, is it worth it? But he has made this match go from a 9 to an 11. If we're talking bangers, if we're talking about bangers, this was a 4-banger match that CM Punk has made a 5-banger. Like, I'm genuinely excited to watch this. And do you know what? I got a text earlier on that said my lad's football game on Sunday is not early in the morning. So it's not going to be like 9:30. It's going to be like 11 o'clock. Well, do you know what then? I'm waking the boys up at the crack of dawn and we're watching Survivor Series early on Sunday morning. I mean, I'm in my 30s and I've got 2 young kids. We're not watching it at the time. We're not watching it at 11 p.m. But absolutely, we will be up early watching that. And I can't wait for this Bloodline CM Punk match. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be sensational.
All I heard of you then was, yes.
Yeah, that's exactly. I looked at it and went, "Oh, get in,
get in."
So let us just recap Survivor Series then, Matt Burns. So Survivor Series United States Championship match, LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I've said LA Knight. You've said Shinsuke Nakamura.
Correct.
Intercontinental Championship triple threat match. We've both said Bron Breakker to beat Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser.
That we have.
We then talked about the Burning Truth podcast, which you can get wherever you get your podcasts, or if you subscribe on this YouTube channel. You're welcome, everyone.
Of course, and we've always got the hot takes.
Always got the hot takes. We then had the Women's WarGames match where you said you believe Liv Morgan's team will win, and I said Bianca Belair's team, 100%. We then had the World Heavyweight Championship match where we both agreed that we believe Gunter will probably get past Damian Priest, and it's going to make him look really strong on the way out. And then we had the men's WarGames match, Bloodline versus Fake Bloodline, or Floodline, as we call them on the Burning Truth. And we've gone separately for this one. You've said Bloodline. I've said Floodline. So that is our predictions. Well done, Matt Burns. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, I 100% enjoyed that. That was just brilliant. And honestly, it's one that I feel as though it's really, really good, and it's really strong.
Absolutely.
It's really strong. And, with us doing this, so the thing is, I feel a bit sorry for you on this one, for the predictions, because I feel like as though this is going to be a tough one for you to catch me up.
I'm so far behind, and 5 matches won't do it. In fact, we only went separate for 3, so I can only make up 3 on the ground if.
But I have a feeling that World's End could be the one where you catch me up potentially.
I mean, maybe.
Well, nobody knows. We'll be predicting about 8 matches, and all of a sudden 15 appear.
That's it. Yeah, I'll have to predict on the fly. But I don't know about you, Matt. But I think that's a wrap.
That is a wrap for this week's WWE Survivor Series predictions episode of The Burning Truth. Thanks for hanging out with us. We hope you enjoyed. This. It was breaking it down, all the action as much as we did.
Yeah, and if you want to keep the conversation rolling, you've got the comments below where you can leave us a comment and prove just how wrong Matt Burns is going to be. You can find us on Twitter at TBT Live UK and give us your predictions on there. Instagram at The Burning Truth and Facebook at The Burning Truth too. We're also looking at getting on Threads this week. Plus, for even more wrestling content, live reactions and exclusive episodes, follow us on the YouTube here and on TikTok, both at The Burning Truth 251. Got a hot take, a question, or just want to call us out? Drop us a line at info@theburningtruthuk.com. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us a review. Yeah, it really helps us out and really helps us keep the heat coming. For all the latest updates, head over to the website, theburningtruthuk.com, which has also regenerated this week, Matt Burns.
That it has, with the additional content being creeping in and everything. And who knows, we'll probably even see this one creeping onto it soon.
I hope
as
so.
Well. But with that, until next time, stay fired up, enjoy the madness of Survivor Series WarGames, and as always, DFTBA, which it means don't forget to be awesome.
Best in the world.